Recognized as a classic on saving, financial planning, and personal wealth, The Richest Man in Babylon is a masterclass guide on everything you want to achieve financially. Author George Samuel Clausen gives us concrete advice on how to create, increase, and maintain wealth through fascinating stories about shepherds, merchants, and workers from ancient Babylon. So, in this video, I'll show you the 31 most valuable tips from the book to help you start generating wealth. Tip may 10th be the most useful for you, so listen carefully to understand what it's about. 1. Pay yourself first. One of the most common mistakes people make is working only to pay their monthly bills or bills that have not yet been paid to a third party. In his book, they recommend that the first thing you do when you receive payment is to set aside a small portion for yourself. If we are the ones working hard to earn money, logic tells us that we should reap the benefits of the work we do and the dedication we put into that work. All the money is unusable, part of it belongs to us. This is explained in the article, I Found the Path to Wealth When I Decided That Everything I Earned Had to Be Mine. We were asked this question forcefully, what remains of the money you earned last year? You paid everyone but yourself. When you work for others, you are a slave, and you work for your master. He will only give you food, clothing, and shelter. Thus, the first suggestion from the book is, start seeing yourself as the first recipient of your work. Don't let fees rob you of the privilege of enjoying the rewards you deserve. 2. Save at least 10%. When you realize that you have to pay yourself first, you start saving with the earnings generated by your work. The amount saved should be at least 10% of your income. If you earn $1,000 a month, you need to save at least $100. Savings are an essential part of generating wealth, so make them your ally. This is what they say in the book, for every 10 coins you earn and that are in your purse, take out and spend only 9. With the coins you save, you get permanent value, not a temporary item. In summary, part of the money you earn is yours. No matter how much money you make, it should be no less than a 10th part. Although it can be more if you can afford it. 3. Invest your savings to get a return on your savings. All this you must complement with some method of investment so that, while you manage to maintain a good savings rate, you are brave enough to find an effective way to grow your money. Wealth needs savings to start growing, but investment allows wealth to grow to a higher level. In the book, they say, if you want to be rich, your savings must reward you. And these rewards reward you. In short, save for a period of time and use investment techniques when you have the opportunity to make profits. When this happens, you won't have to spend the profits from your investment, but again, you will look for a way to increase them. Avoid at all costs the excitement of the initial profit, because if you spend it, you will have to start the process again. The text explains it this way. Are you enjoying the benefits of your savings as much as you want them to work for you? How can they in turn benefit you more? First, get yourself an army of gold slaves, and then you can enjoy the feast in peace. Therefore, the formula will consist of saving plus investment of savings plus investment of profits. This way, you will be able to get the money to enjoy what you desire. 4. Seek the advice of the wise. When it comes to investing, it is advisable to seek the advice of knowledgeable people. We cannot make money with what we do not understand, so if we receive the right advice, our investments will have a greater chance of success. In the author's words, gold is still protected by prudent owners who invest based on the advice of wise men. In other words, a wise person is one who invests their wealth by listening to the advice of experts in the art of good financial management. To do this, observe people who are doing well with their money and ask them for advice. The text simplifies it as follows: it is free to ask for wise advice from a good friend. 5. Do not follow advice from inexperienced people. According to the previous point, you must avoid at all costs following advice from people who do not understand money. Even if their intentions are good, if you know they have no knowledge on the subject, you should be careful when making decisions about your money. This is one of the most powerful phrases in the book. If you want advice on jewelry, go to a jeweler. If you want to know the truth about lambs, go to the shepherd. Advice is free, but only good advice is accepted. Anyone who asks for advice on their savings from someone who does not understand it must pay because the advice is false with their savings. 6. Do not deal with usurers. If we have money, it is more likely that we will attract malicious actors who will take advantage of our good financial management. Since these people have little saving capacity, they try to find influential people who can convince them to use the money they worked so hard to earn to start a business. They point out in the book that this is one of the worst things we can do because it increases the chances of being destroyed. Invest your assets in the most prudent way to avoid losing them. The usurer's interest is an irresistible siren song that lures the presumptuous into the abyss of destruction and regret. 7. Protect your money. The best way to protect your savings is to insure them against losses. One way is to deposit it in a trusted institution. For example, you can open a savings account in a bank and then look for investment methods that have a AAA rating. This way, you will keep your money safe while adding enough knowledge to receive more profitable investment advice. In this way, you protect your money against losses from theft or fraud and prevent inflation from devaluing your accumulated wealth. Once you have identified your new investment options, you will be able to review the insurance coverage available in the market to protect yourself against a major catastrophe. Insurance is expensive, but it is necessary to analyze whether your money and investments need additional protection. According to an excerpt from the book, today, with an insurmountable wall of insurance, bank accounts, and solid investments, we can protect ourselves from unexpected tragedies that can occur at any time. 8. Buy a house. In their books, they tell us that owning a home is crucial for our financial success. In fact, it's advisable that it be one of the first investments you make because if you own a house, you can manage money more tranquilly, and your relationship with your family improves, and you don't have to worry about monthly payments. Live in rent. In some cases, paying rent entails a definitive change of residence due to various circumstances. Due to instability, you incur constant expenses that prevent you from accumulating wealth with the money you have saved. Likewise, the problem with landlords is a topic that can sometimes lead to arguments or discomfort. Therefore, investing in properties has benefits in many aspects of our lives, making your investment essential for creating prosperity and abundant wealth. The owner of his house will be blessed, says the author of the text. 9. Secure future income. Once you have bought your house, you can follow this strategy to buy additional houses. Real estate is one of the favorite investments of the wealthy because it allows money to grow due to market appreciation. Additionally, owning multiple houses allows you to rent them out, so the money keeps working for us. This is especially necessary as we age and our strength and vitality diminish throughout life, so we need strategies to continue earning as we age and don't have as much energy to work. The book says, secure an income for your future. Look at the elderly and don't forget that you will also be one of them. Nowadays, strategies such as annuity or compound interest can also be used. With them, you won't enjoy the money now, but you will accumulate it for many more years. 10. Create a budget. A budget is the best way to organize your money. With this, you will be able to create the necessary sequence to understand how it flows from the moment you earn it to the moment you use it. Like a bright light in a dark cave, a budget shows the holes in your wallet and allows you to close them and control your expenses to achieve clear and more satisfying goals, says the article. That is, with this financial tool, we will be able to control our expenses, understand how we spend money, wisely plan for the future, and make better financial decisions. 11. Control your consumption. A common problem people have with finances is the desire to live beyond their means. This happens due to lack of control and promotes an irrational desire to spend like a rich person while still being poor. This book guides us in this approach. Do not confuse what you must have with what you want. Desires spring freely in the human spirit when they can be satisfied, just as weeds grow in fields when farmers leave them space. There are many desires, but only a few can be satisfied. That's why it's important to take a closer look at your spending habits. If you analyze them in detail, you will find that most of the needs you consider essential can be reduced or eliminated. Get 100% value for every coin spent and make it your mantra. 12. Pay off all debts. Debt is one of the things that prevent you from achieving financial freedom. People who irresponsibly allow debts to accumulate often end up bankrupt. In everyday life, it is more prudent to reduce or eliminate debt if it is not intended to be used as an investment, as it can become an unbearable burden. They explain in the book, debt makes us slaves. Debt is our enemy, and we must pay it off to have a free human soul. 13. Don't gamble with your money. Gambling is one of the reasons money disappears from our hands. There is no way to progress as a normal player. Lottery companies and gambling establishments benefit most of the time casino owners or bookmakers. This type of business remains profitable today, as players' losses are almost certain. They analyze it as follows: the aim of gambling is to make profits for the company owner. This is their business, and they plan to make big profits with the coins that players bet. Few players realize that their prospects are uncertain as long as the owner's profits are guaranteed. 14. Improve your skills. No matter what field you work in, one of the ways you can create more wealth is by being a great employee. As you improve your work skills, you will receive a reward commensurate with the value of your investment, whether you are an employee of a company or a freelancer in the community. When a person perfects their craft, their salary increases. The more we know about our work, the more we earn, they write in the book. 15. Start your financial education today. Just as you need to expand your knowledge about your job, you also need to expand your knowledge about effective money management. Don't wait until you have a lot of money to figure out how to manage it, because if fate smiles on you and you're not prepared to handle large sums of money, you could end up wasting all your money. In their book, they describe the educational landscape as follows: let people choose between gold and wisdom. They ignore wisdom and waste gold. The next day they complained because they had no more gold. Gold is for those who understand its laws and follow them. Therefore, even if you don't yet have a large amount of money, it is crucial to understand issues related to money management. If you wait for the money to arrive and are not willing to conserve it, your chances of becoming poor again are high. 16. Build a solid foundation for your money. One way to grow a financial empire is to ensure that your foundations are solid. To do this, it is necessary to avoid bad practices from the beginning and avoid fast routes that guarantee instant cash. Often money obtained through illegal methods does not serve a good purpose, so do not hesitate in proposals that promise to give you big profits in a short time. The article explains, wealth is lost as quickly as it is gained. Wealth is an evil goddess who effortlessly destroys almost anyone she throws gold at. In this way, avoid those who offer you plans to get rich quickly, which almost always are false, which ultimately will result in a cost later on. No one can reach the palace of wealth without taking the first step firmly. 17. Don't hesitate to ask. People who typically wait for the government to fix their lives are the first to face financial deficits. If your lifestyle depends on money from others, chances are luck won't be your life companion. Those who think more about receiving than giving will have problems, says the article. Therefore, focus on creating your own resources, even if circumstances are not the best. Show determination to achieve all your wealth dreams and never succumb to favors that other people or organizations may want to offer you, and fight for yourself. 18. Avoid losing money because of friendship. A problem people often face is managing their friends' money. In some cases, staying close to the people we love can make us turn a blind eye to their misbehavior, which can negatively affect our finances in some way. The article says, if you want to help your friend, do it in such a way that their responsibility does not fall on you in the future. A very obvious type is the guarantor service, as in many cases we can see a friend asking another person to act as a guarantor so that, once the debt is incurred, both people are responsible for paying it. If the person who incurred the debt does not pay it, their friends have to respond to the bank to avoid consequences. 19. Be cautious when borrowing money. Loans are an excellent way to make money with a fixed interest rate. People we lend to may promise to pay us a profitable amount each month, but if we lend money to someone and do not take the necessary steps to protect ourselves from being defrauded by that person, we could be giving ourselves a headache. The book says, Before lending gold to someone, make sure the debtor can pay you back and has a good reputation. Don't give a gift without knowing it. It also advises against lending money to people who ask for it to fulfill their desires. Those who lend money and are very enthusiastic about it pose a great risk to gold borrowers. Therefore, we advise you to be careful when choosing your next debtors, because if we don't, we're likely to put money into a failed business. 20. Use your earnings for charity work. Philanthropy is perhaps one of the noblest things that can be done with money. When money is used to help the communities around us, our way of life improves as we contribute to a better society. Additionally, our hearts will be able to rejoice for the good work being done thanks to our excellent work and good money management. The book says, a self-respecting man must be compassionate and helpful to the sick or unfortunate, and be prudent and charitable to those he loves. Nowadays, many of the wealthiest people in the world are famous philanthropists. Philanthropy is a person who works with love for other human beings and for the good of society. In short, let's take millionaires as an example because they have the opportunity to earn money and also provide significant help to society. 21. Be aware of a big victory. In real life and in the world of social media, it's easy for us to find people who can give us good results quickly and effortlessly. This is a scam used by unscrupulous individuals to catch your attention and, ultimately, your money is part of their strategy. The article explains it like this: a cautious person will not believe they will get a large amount of money if they have never seen it before. Small security benefits are better than big risks. 22. Don't be stingy. People often confuse good money management with stinginess. Although it is advisable not to overspend, whoever wants to hoard all their money and not spend anything will be questioned even when needs are urgent or pleasures completely limited. The article clearly states, if 1/10 of your income is a reasonable amount you can save, be content with it. Otherwise, live within your means and don't become a dreamer or fearful spender. Life is beautiful and full of wonderful things you can enjoy. 23. Don't invest in a business you don't understand. Warren Buffett, one of the world's most important investors, says that risk arises from not knowing what you are doing. If you start investing your money in the next business, you must get used to losing money because you need to know your money before starting a new business. The book summarizes the idea as follows: gold will slip away from a man who invests ceaselessly in companies he doesn't know. 24. Set clear goals. One of the problems people face is that they have big dreams but don't focus on the small details. Achieving wealth requires us to diligently work towards specific goals that help us take a bigger step towards our greater purpose. The book explains it this way: if you learn to set a small and specific desire, it will lead you to a greater desire. That's how wealth is built: start with small amounts and gradually increase the amounts. Similarly, in the text we see the consequences of goals that are too broad, desires that are too many, too confusing, or beyond the capacity of the person wanting to achieve them will prevent them from achieving them. 25. Endurance. Difficulties are one of the limiting factors of human growth. Sometimes they arise from one's own responsibility, but other times they arise from the influence of third parties or unexpected misfortunes. But those who persevere in pursuing their dreams despite adversity are the ones who ultimately benefit. They explain it in a passage from the book: a man may not always be rewarded because his judgment is not the best, or because time and wind sometimes frustrate his efforts, but if he perseveres, he can usually expect and make a profit because he will have more opportunities to win. 26. Cultivate within you the desire for wealth. A decisive factor in generating large and prosperous wealth is a strong desire to possess it. The more you desire it, the closer you will be to achieving it. Someone asked the richest man in the book, "Does it have anything to do with starting a business?" He replied, "It's just a strong desire for wealth, nothing else." Desire is very powerful because it is the purest emotion of our life. To be born in it, as was the case with the richest man in Babylon, all that is needed to start is a true passion for what you want to achieve. 27. Be a man of action. For wealth to enter your life, it's important that you fulfill all your desires. What you believe in your head and feel in your heart must also be translated into the real world. You can't keep all your desires to yourself. When you have spark, generate fire. They put it this way: action will lead you to the success you desire. The goddess of wealth smiles upon those who act. In other words, manifest two things at once: your deepest desire and the visible actions to sustain it. 28. Be a diligent worker. People who work hard in their jobs tend to get better deals in life and better compensation from clients or employers. Again, this is how you should act and put a lot of effort and energy into making your project a reality. The more passion you put into what you do, the greater your chances of success. The text summarizes it like this: well done work is good for the one who does it. It makes him a better person. 29. Don't be lazy. Following the above recommendations, a relaxed work style should be avoided at all costs. Often, those willing to make the least effort to complete a task also receive the minimum wage. This book tells you that you can't develop yourself if you are a lazy person. Laziness means that a person is idle and does only what is necessary. So eliminate any desire to do things easily and do your best to achieve better results. 30. Don't miss an opportunity. One of the problems plaguing people is their reluctance to seize life's opportunities. Many times, the time needed to analyze different situations in detail is something that good businesses do not forgive. In the book, skeptics are referred to as contemporaries. A timer does not accept an opportunity when it arises, but always waits for it, does not wait for a slow person, and believes that if a person wants to succeed, they will react quickly. Luck will smile upon you if you seize the opportunities that arise. So remember that procrastination is one of the biggest obstacles to progress. The less time you spend thinking and more time doing, you'll know that this is the secret to success. 31. Decide at any moment. Determination is a very powerful tool for achieving good results, especially because it helps us overcome the negative situations we face. In the book, they explain, the outlook is bleak, but there must be the will to face it. Once you decide, you will find a way. This is one of the most powerful statements in the work because it tells us not to give up even when failure is imminent, and that as long as we have determination, nothing will be impossible. 32. Take care of your partner. A good environment and supportive people are the keys to wealth. To earn more money, many people neglect their relationship with their spouse, which ultimately greatly affects their desire to grow financially. The stronger our attachment to our partner, the better the economic performance of the household. This passage explains it clearly: a man who wants to succeed must have love for his family in his heart. One who takes care of his faithful wife and whose heart is filled with self-respect will gain strength and determination for his career. If the video provided value, subscribe and watch the next video. See you soon.